forget something, and we're already going live on YouTube, and
I
you've
know.
got to get
well,
up
now
and go.
I'm just thinking.
I don't understand you. Sometimes
You know what it
I
is,
just
right?
don't get you. Oh, did you
One
forget?
of our main factors of the show. We don't
a
have a bowl or
Oh
anything.
shit, we don't have a bowl.
No.
Damn.
All right, so excuse me.
Okay, well,
Get us
shit.
started off on
All
the
right,
foot.
I guess you guys are gonna watch me fuck with social media for a second. I'm just gonna be silent. I'm just gonna be silent for a moment, and yeah, you guys can just fucking deal with it. How about that? I've got to put the link to this in our in one of our fucking social medias. Blah 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 blah. Okay, hopefully does it take me here? Hey, there we go. We're all good now. All right. All right. What? Yeah, I've got a lighter, buddy. Okay, so Toby has gone to get our accoutrement, the things that we need. All right, he's back.
I saved
Barely saved it. Maybe leave that door cracked open. There feels some.
It's warm.
Yeah.
Probably get the podcast dog in like that.
I mean, hey, man, that just keeps things rolling, doesn't it? That just gives us more content to put up. Bow.
That was loud.
Yeah, man.
Coming at you.
Got to find
Just
that happy
testing our
medium.
levels.
Oh, they're tested. I am tested. I'm angry.
Testy?
I'm testy today. And speaking of testies, hey guys, welcome
69.
to the 69th episode of A Drink and a Joint with Toby and Davey. That's Toby, and I'm Davey, and we're the two dudes, the most rootinest, tootinest, puddle jumping, yellow belly having,
Puddle jumping.
yeah,
that's
rootinest, tootinest, just good guys around. Just two of the best guys. Toby's always dressed like a miner, like a coal miner on vacation.
You got the vacay pants?
Yep. And I'm dressed like a 90s skateboarder for some reason.
Yeah.
So if you're just listening to the audio, it's whatever you think that looks like.
Yeah, make up your own outfits.
Yep, in your own mind. And that can just be a little bit of quarantine fun for you.
It'd be cool to have little Barbies of us.
Oh, yeah,
People
dude. We
could
should
dress up in
like Bratz
different
dolls.
Yeah, like that style.
Yeah. Bro dolls instead of Bratz dolls. But yeah, man. So you've actually been quarantining this week. You've finally been doing it.
Yeah, I'm not in a great position. I'm gonna be forced out of it. I wish I could really like cut, just cut everything off because I am terrified. But
yeah, man, the world is fucking up right now, but it's super shitty. So if you guys don't know, the U.S. government is doing something. They've signed into a stimulus package to where they say that every American will get $1,200 or something around that that suits your household and your income. That is only for people who have paid their taxes. It seems.
yeah, if you pay your tax, and so it's like if you make less than 70,000 or something like 75,
yeah,
I think you get the 1,200,
mm-hmm.
and then it's like they stop at like 100,000. If you make more than 99, you don't get anything.
Well, I would hope not. I'd hope that they'd be fucking fine.
I really thought that was the best part of it. Was it was set up to actually help the people that need it.
Well,
But
sort of.
in the middle.
No.
It helps
just
the middle people that have.
But still, what are you doing for poor people? Like, you know what I mean? Like people that don't
taxes.
people that don't pay their taxes because they don't have any money left to pay the taxes.
And what about people that? So you don't have to pay taxes if you make less than 12,000.
Okay, so what about if you make 14? What if you make $14,000 a year?
I made just over last year, and so it was to the point of like they were asking $3,000 from me when I barely made enough to live. I didn't make enough to live, really.
Right.
And like, but what about people under 12? They didn't pay their taxes.
Right. So
and
what
they
are,
make
like
nothing,
and they're more than likely out of work right now. They're more than likely in what would have been considered a non-essential.
Yeah.
A non-essential job. But then again, like a lot of people that are in that price range, like in that range, are people that are working at like grocery stores and shit. But then again, you can't have like you can't have like restaurants open anymore. Like we're losing, like our infrastructure is kind of fucked right now. I know that they're trying to help with this stimulus package, but you're still fucking over a certain number of people.
Yeah, I don't think, like we were talking last time, whether it was going to be like this big economy boost. Like
Right.
it may be for some big ass companies, but I don't think
Yeah.
as a fucking nation that's the case. I think, uh, yeah, the really really poor and homeless people are going to be the ones that are really fucked because they're going to be able to work.
Yeah, man, that's fucking horrible. Because I mean, at this point, it's like I'm not making any money on paper.
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck?
yeah, I don't
The
know
fuck is this nonsense? You know, like I'm narrating books
Yeah,
at this point. Like,
that's a good thing from home.
I guess for right now, but again, like I've only done auditions. No one's hired me since
Yeah.
this has started.
And right now, just the whole market.
Who's got money?
to do anything?
Like people are
extra,
being
you know?
laid off. People are being laid off because their bosses are like, I literally like I'm running out of money, so I can't pay you. It's like no one's coming into whatever business this is. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like there are people being laid off. There are people that have no source of income and like none for the foreseeable future.
yeah.
Like, so what are you supposed to do? Like, if you
And
didn't,
even the grand thing, it's not really gonna.
it's not, dude. I saw the best meme. It's like you've got a bunch of like military officers with like a door ram, and on the door ram it's got rent, and then like all the other officers waiting to get in are like your bills, like electricity, like
Yeah.
water and waste and stuff like that. And the only thing holding the door shut from these people is like a Cheeto that says $1,200 on it. And it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
they're still coming. Like,
yeah,
and that's the thing. I really thought when they said that there's gonna be like forgiveness, rent and bill forgiveness.
mm-hmm.
What it turned out to be was extensions. So
Yeah.
all the shit that you don't have to pay right now, they're gonna be asking for their money in a few months.
Right.
So it's like, that makes it worse to me because, so like in 3 months, if I haven't been able to pay some bills and find jobs and stuff, like, I'm gonna have thousands of dollars in debt all
Yeah.
of a sudden.
Yep.
The first thing that happens when we come back from this, we're just gonna be in a ton of debt from all the shit I couldn't pay, and that's what I didn't understand. I really thought they were gonna be like, no one has to pay it for these months,
Right.
and then we'll get back to it because that actually would help.
Because that makes sense.
Yeah,
Because again, like all these, like
'Cause
your,
if we-
your utilities companies, they don't need that fucking money.
it's true.
When it comes down to it, like everywhere that you are, your utilities are a fucking monopoly on your region.
And if you
They
just,
don't need the money.
if you just make enough to pay your bills, though, the math doesn't work out, right? And you take 2 months off of working but you still have the bills to pay.
Yeah.
Where's the money? Because most
Right.
people live paycheck to paycheck.
Yep.
And so we're all just gonna come back from this with a bunch of debt. It looks like, which
Yeah.
doesn't seem to help anyone.
Well, and like, how was that right? Like, you could have, during this time, we could have fixed everything.
Yeah.
So during this time, if we would have just come out from the beginning and said, okay, everybody, you get 2 months off. We want everybody to stay home for 2 months. We are giving literally everyone, you are forgiven for these 2 months. It's like, since there was a pandemic, like no one's paying shit.
Yeah.
It's like no rent, no mortgages, no fucking, we're going to keep your lights on. We're going to keep your internet on. Like,
Mhm.
just stay
See,
home.
It
Let
would-
us
almost would've been
eradicate this.
better than-
Like,
It would have been better to me, rather than the 1,200. Just make it a person-to-person basis, and they just pay your bills for 3 months, or something. Do you see what I'm saying?
yeah.
That because there are like landlords and stuff that would like go under if they didn't get their monthly checks because
Right.
they have property stuff and all
Yeah.
this. But if they went to those people, paid the person's rent, paid the land taxes for them, and paid the companies that did need the money, not like utilities and stuff, but
Right.
the companies that did need the pay, just pay out them, pay all our bills, and then we can be broke. That doesn't bother me as much as having a lot of debt coming out of this.
Absolutely, because like what we're supposed to be doing right now is focusing on our health. We're
Yeah.
supposed to be focusing on not getting other people fucking sick with this
and
virus.
People are still having to work,
And that's fucking ridiculous, especially when you walk into a place. Okay, so yesterday, Ivy and I went to Whole Foods, just to like stock up on a little bit more water.
Yeah.
And when we get there, there's a line outside. They're only letting so many
Oh,
people
yeah.
into the store at a time, and they have these yellow tape marks 6 feet away from each other. Like, and we walk up and we're just
Really?
and we're
Damn.
standing, and then like, okay, so this woman had rushed ahead of us to get in line before us, and already I was like, this fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Like, so like when you're in a situation like this, like, be decent to people. Don't be the fucking yuppie bitch that's gonna fucking like fast walk past someone to get in line before them. It's like, just
Yeah.
chill the fuck out. Like, you're gonna
We're
get
all
your
in this
shit.
shitty
Yeah,
situation.
everybody's in it. It's like, yeah, you know, she got to have a nice car and dress like she had some money, so I'm sure that she felt like she
A little entitled.
deserved to be in line ahead of us.
Yeah.
But when we get up there, we're just standing there by the plants, and she looks over and she's like, "Can you back up? We're all trying to stay 6 feet away from each other." And I wanted to get closer. Like, the asshole in me wanted to get right up in her face and cough. Yeah, like, just to be
Yeah.
like, if you are so fucking worried, where's your gloves and your face mask?
What were
Like,
you?
if you're so
Were
fucking
you like over
stressed
the
out,
line or something?
like, we weren't even that close. It's like I still could have probably like laid down between my wife and this lady. Like,
Oh, really?
I'm over 6 feet tall, y'all. If y'all don't understand
So
that,
that's-
I'm 6.5 feet tall.
Yeah,
So
what?
she was just being a cunt. She was just being an entitled yuppie cunt.
Yeah.
So, and so she got to go into the store before us, and then they wouldn't let Ivy and I go in together.
Yeah.
They were like, we have enough space for one of you to go in, and I was like, we literally are going to be next to each other, so we kind of take up whatever. Like,
And
so,
you've already. It's not like you're infecting each other.
Right.
Right. You're in the same space.
yeah. So
That's
as
kinda
soon as they let us in, I just waited. By the door. She's like, if you want to go in and get started, one of you can go in. I was
Mhm.
like, you fucking kidding? I
Oh, you
mean,
just waited on her.
I just walked right in the door and waited.
Yeah.
And then when she came in, like, I got as close to that one lady as I could every time
In
I
the
could.
aisles or
Oh,
something?
hell yeah,
Let
dude.
me get this over you.
Oh,
real
dude,
quick.
I was like getting up close to her and shit. Like, she was like looking at milk, so I would like bust her right up next to her and like look at the milk too. And like,
That's fun.
I was trying to like stay as close as I could to her through the aisles and shit. And when we were when you were about to check out, they had the lines behind the checkouts too. And this lady, again, entitled fucking cunt, walks just like we're already standing there behind the line waiting to go.
Yeah.
And then she pulls up in front of us like we weren't in line behind the thing because she didn't see the lines. So she's like up on, and there's a sign on the conveyor belt or whatever that says, please stay behind the lines. It's like a sign to get your attention to not like run up on people while they're checking out.
Yeah.
And she looks behind her and then like backs up into us. So she's already cutting in front of us in this line as well. But now she has to back up and push us back farther because now
Oh,
she's got to get
wow.
behind the line. And I didn't move for a minute.
Yeah.
I just kind of
Dude,
let
you
her
know
like
the-
back into my buggy, and I was like, "What?
Yeah.
What's up?"
There's some horrible people.
And it's
Yeah.
like I'm not being a dick, y'all. Like straight up, like I wouldn't
You were in
react
the right
this
place
way.
in line.
Like
She
I
should've
would
just got behind you.
I wouldn't be a dick if there wasn't a reason to be a dick. I'm not that kind of person. I will be sweet to you and show you respect as long as I'm shown respect and you're decent to me. Like you don't even have to be like overtly respectful. Just don't be a
Have
dick.
fucking decent-
Yeah, just be a decent
you-
person.
have you
That's
seen,
all I ever want.
Have you seen the Philly Offensive? You definitely need to check.
No,
this
what is
dude
that?
out. Like you think they're real when you first start seeing them, but like he does these social justice. They're skits. It turned
Okay.
out that they were skits. They look real. He does this social justice type shit like that. Like, one of the most famous is Roll Patrol. And he like, it's this guy picks up a roll, sniffs it, and puts it back. He's like, bro, he's like, you're buying that fucking roll. And he's like, what'd you say to me? He's like, I'm gonna even you the fuck out if you don't pick up that roll that you sniff. He's like, they smell like shit. And he's like, gets up in his face, and it's just super aggressive. He's like, pick up the goddamn roll. No one, your fucking nasty hands, shit like that.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of true.
And he's like, who are you? He's like, Roll Patrol.
Love that.
But he has some of those, and he has ones with like people like leaving their dog out in the cold. He'll go yell at them, and like I think some of them are real, and then most of them are scripted. And he has a great one. It was like this dude in this rich ass car like drops litters on the side of the road
Yeah.
with his cup and shit, and he goes and yells at him. And the funniest thing about it is like whether it's staged or not is like watching these people's minds change. Because they'll be like, fuck you, what are you going to do? And then he'll be like, listen to me. And he's like, you like hospital food? Because that's what you're going to be fucking eating if you don't get out
Hell
the fucking
yeah.
car. And like, and it makes, even if it's fake, it makes you feel good because like it's what you wish you could do
Right.
in all the situations, and it's just like things that would, I mean, things you wish you could say, but if you actually did, would probably not turn out good. You know what I mean? It would probably end up violent more often than not if you spoke your mind. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, like a lot of the times you just kind of get put in that position because of that, right? Like you there are certain positions where you should step up and be the person that says something, but in those small situations it's kind of hard to tell. But even then, like if you
like
were
do
to
I
like
really
see
want to
some,
start shit right now?
but sometimes you need to.
Yeah.
Like but even
Well,
then maybe you don't. Maybe sometimes you need to for you.
yeah.
Maybe sometimes it's let's trade lighters back. You can have yours.
Yeah.
I'll take mine.
I mean, it is. I think it. A lot of times it is about you standing up for what you believe in.
Yeah.
But it's for me, it's always weighing the whole like, how much do I really fucking care about this?
Yeah, so that always kind of that always ends up stopping me.
Yeah.
Is the how much I give a shit.
How much?
Like-
Yeah. This piece of shit. How much time do I want to spend on my day? You know, making my day even worse, yelling at this person when they're not gonna change.
Mm.
It's not like I'm gonna, you know, change, make them a better person today.
No,
Like
that's not
they're
like
gonna
you know,
leave
and be
just
mad.
as horrible, but
Yeah.
now mad.
Yep.
And then now my day's run.
They're gonna
too.
touch and sniff so many more rolls now.
Yeah, they're gonna do it.
They're gonna do it out of spite. Yeah.
And so it's just, yeah, it makes me wonder.
And
But
that's one thing too that I hope that this cures. I hope that like quarantine has given people like a lot of self-reflection time and like allowed people to see things as more of like a communal thing, just because we are all human beings and something that we are not immortal. We are fallible.
Oh.
Like we can be taken the fuck out. Like
But
and
that could
everything gets a
have-
lot easier if we work together.
Yeah.
If you're more minded towards the group instead of the individual, that's why people stay home. People stay home for others. Like right now,
Yeah.
you're not staying home because you have to. You're staying home because it's the right thing to do. Like you're not stuck at home. You're safe at home. You like that?
I guess,
Saw that
yeah.
on an inspirational quote.
Yeah.
But it's true
Um,
right now. Like
I'll be, I'm afraid that it's doing the exact opposite. Because
it's
now
making people more selfish.
Because now it's more about keeping you alive. Well, you could tell by, dude, the fucking paper towel thing. The toilet paper, like that.
There's still no
was
toilet
so
paper or
selfish
paper
and
towels.
outlandish. Like,
Yeah.
because they knew that was gonna be the first thing to go, and they didn't want anybody else to get any. When we could have just bought it, kind of normally.
Yeah.
Like maybe get a little couple extra, so you don't have to go as many
buy an
times.
extra. Yeah.
You know, so I get that, but buying, 3-4 months worth of toilet paper and then other people not having any is fucked up.
Dude, the worst is like pictures of old people, like old ladies and old men, like at the grocery store, like next to like empty shelves, just like having a few things in their basket. I'm like, I want to fucking cry,
Yeah.
man. Like, that's so fucked up.
And
But
so I feel like it's kind of making people the opposite because I've already noticed like people driving more rude, cutting you off. People, like I said, hop in front of lines because they think they're so important. I've seen a lot more rudeness
yeah,
because people are on edge and they're trying to protect themselves and get home quick. And like,
that's why I carry a gun.
but people just it seems to be doing the opposite, at least what I've seen, is
Yeah.
turning people away from society and making them even worse to one another,
Hmm.
But I hope that there will be the balance, I'm sure of that, of people also realizing that we're all in this together. We don't want to see each other die.
Right. Well, I mean, it's like stop being a dick. Don't cut in front of people. You're gonna get your turn.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna go without. Like that was the whole point of fucking the president saying that none of the grocery stores were gonna close and to stop hoarding. It's like
Yeah.
you can still go to the fucking grocery store. Yeah, it may take you like a couple more minutes to get in, but even then, like
But yeah, they didn't have enough in stock, and they can't produce it quick enough for the whole nation to have 3 or 4 months worth. Like,
But now you've got really cool things where like distributors that were distributing to like restaurants and stuff are now redirecting those deliveries to stores, to
Mhm.
like grocery stores and to Walmarts and stuff like that.
Okay.
So that's really cool.
a
That
lot of extra paper there, yeah.
well, I mean, like you know, when I know that when Walmarts were running out, they were bringing their rags that they have in the back for the workers. They were bringing those up front and selling those, like like the industrial rags, like you use for construction, like those boxes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the boxes of the blue rags.
Yeah.
Like they were taking those out of the back and putting them up for people to buy because like
Something to wipe
Yeah.
your ass with. I don't also like on a primal
Can't be
level.
flushing that shit though,
don't
because you will
get
have a backup.
I don't
What?
get the huge fear there, like when you could just hop in the shower after a good pinch.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Just like yeah, it doesn't
for
fucking
real.
matter for real.
That's
Like,
not
go and
one
wash
thing.
your ass.
Yeah. I mean, I understand freaking out about like water
Yeah.
or food, basic
And dude,
foods.
even then, it's like when you walk into a place, it's like, why do motherfuckers get all the cookies? It's like, why are y'all worried about like?
A bunch of people got cookies.
No, people did not buy cookies. Like
Oh.
when you walk into a place, it's weird. Like all the stuff that you'd think that people would go for junk food, like no one grabbed.
Yeah.
It's like you got to balance it out, man. Like balance out your pantry. Don't just like go and fucking like crazy hoard like fucking rice and beans, rice beans, water. It's like all we have, all we need. It's like you're gonna be eating that shit forever now.
Yeah.
Because this like it may get worse before it gets better. It probably will. This is probably not as bad as it's going to get.
It just keeps doubling.
Yeah, it just keeps getting worse. It's just going to keep happening until it runs through the population. And then there's no telling how long that's going to take. And they don't even know if they're going to have a vaccine for the next 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
Like, so what are we even doing? Like, why? I don't understand why we're even questioning what the government's going to do for us. They should just fucking take care of it. Just take care of it. Don't check if people have done their taxes or anything. Just fucking send them money.
Yeah.
Like, or just forgive this shit. Like, forgive all student loans, forgive all mortgages. Like, and then everybody's going to be fine. That'll get fucking renters, that'll get landlords off people's asses because they don't have to pay the mortgage for the property anymore. Like, they're going to be like, okay.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So,
you
like,
can stay here for free a few months.
Well, I mean, like, what are you going to do at that point? It's like, I literally have no money to pay you your rent. You're just going to put me out on the street because in the middle of this pandemic? Like when I'm supposed to be indoors, when I'm supposed to stay sheltered, you're going to kick me out for some hundreds of dollars that like I wasn't able to make right now. It's like, you know, you're probably not able to make that either. So don't make harsh decisions on other people that are in the same exact boat as you.
Yeah.
In a worse boat.
If there was a big a reset, Zena keeps finding stuff about. I want to find the thing she found the other night, but just about it was about that, the reset and the going back to gold standards, like that. But I don't know how far that's gonna get. Like it seems to be in action in some sense, but I just don't know how far it's gonna get. And I don't know what it's going to affect.
Well, I feel like it's definitely gonna lower the value of the dollar.
Yeah,
like to a crazy degree.
That is insane then, right? Yeah. If we start thinking the aftermath.
Well, we left the gold standard because there was no more gold to back up the money we printed.
Yeah. Couldn't we pick something else? I mean, shit, I don't know.
Dude, you can't. I don't think you could.
We just decided gold was worth something. We can just decide.
I think, but again, that's why I think that we were put here by fucking aliens to harvest gold off the planet. Because, like, why do people want gold so bad?
You know what?
It's just a shiny yellow rock, man.
I watched the Cat from Outer Space.
The Cat from Outer Space? Who's in that?
Have you seen that? Man, it was. I really love those shitty movies. It was one of those really bad movies. We could see all the wires.
Hell
shit,
yeah.
That kind of movie.
Watching it off Disney.
Yeah, it was a Disney movie. And it was really good. But that was the thing.
What was it called again?
The Cat from Outer Space.
Was it literally a cat? Like a feline? I feel like I've seen it.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good movie. But that's how they powered their spaceships. Yeah, it was like with gold. But yeah, I mean, that would make sense. But if that's not the case, then humans just went, oh, this is shiny and pretty. This is worth more than your rock. Fuck your rock. This is a good rock. It's shiny.
You see the shininess
and that's the
of this
whole
rock?
idea of the dollar. Right? Was like my rock shiny than your rock.
Well, it was like,
and
what,
so
what kind of jewelry did you want?
Now,
you know
I
what I mean?
understand if gold, again, like powered something that was public.
Right, if we needed it.
I would understand then, right? So, like, understand why coal is worth something.
But again, like
it can power things.
That's the illusion of being in a society. That's the illusion of the economy. Is because as soon as people realize that money means nothing, people would lose their fucking minds. Because it literally means nothing. It's something that just shows that you've exchanged something for worth.
Oh, wait, say that again?
So, like, if you have money, people think you've done something to get the money, right? So you've worked for that money. That means that you've put time in as a human being to accumulate something. you know, and you're like, I need these things and I've worked for this. So can I trade you some of my life force for this thing?
Yeah.
Because that's basically what you're doing.
And so now I think we should just maybe let's just have a vote on what we should.
There's enough shit out there for everybody. It's like everybody just go get the shit you want. There's enough for everybody. And if like you run out of that stuff, it's like keep making stuff, because like, you know, you're going to keep making the stuff that people want if you make something that people want. So you should be able to go out and get what you want from people. You would just give your stuff away for free and you get your stuff for free. You know what I mean? So like people can still have whatever the fuck they want. Just like don't be super extravagant.
I see what you mean.
Like we should go to a sort of some type of utility.
Barter.
So well, yes, in essence, a barter system. Because you're like, I'll give you my stuff, you give me your stuff.
Yeah.
You're like,
what about someone with more stuff and someone with less stuff? How do they exchange?
Well, that's gotta be where you'd hope that they're decent people. These people with more things, but they're usually not.
Yeah. And see the guy,
and they would just know not to take.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I already have plenty. I won't take.
His stuff should be worth more, right? Because he has less. Because it's if you're worth your thing.
But maybe he just knows that he doesn't want more.
If you're no.
Maybe he's Jesus.
But no, in this scenario, it's sad.
Oh, okay.
It's
We're
a
going
homeless
sad.
guy
We will get real sad. Okay, so this is a homeless. This is you.
So say
we're talking about Toby.
So you have 3 chunks of gold.
Toby has 3 chunks of gold,
right? And this is your life value. This is what you were valued in society. Like that's what the weight of your value, right? Oh. And then this other guy has 1 thing of gold. That's his entire body's worth value too. So that guy's 1 thing of gold should be worth the other guy's 3 because it's you that is being.
I see where you're going with this.
Yeah,
I see where you're going with that. That's a decent. I like that.
But
idea.
that'd be hard. That'd be hard to get the guy with 3 to say no. I'd have 3.
Yeah, but
obviously worth more than that.
That is what you'd say. I'd come along with my 1 gold rock, and I'd be like, dude, that's great. You got 3 gold rocks.
We got the same.
Yeah, we got the same. No, are you fucking kidding me, asshole? Like I've got 3. I did nothing for these 3 rocks. It's like I didn't do anything for this one. Well, I got more.
Yeah, my shit's heavier. So yeah, that your worth and value in society should be somewhat
taken
standard.
into account. Okay, so everyone has a standard. So you would
a person
you would want them
this.
to redistribute the wealth.
No, I'm not socialist. But I'm thinking more. We're too big for that shit. For one, I think we're just past it.
Well, like, there's gotta be.
It would have worked on a tribal level, bartering and shit. But it's still
exactly
now.
What you do. Yeah. You still barter. You're just paying paper money for it.
A ticket.
Yeah.
For your barter.
For your shit. It's like this is I have this many points. Tickets. I have this many tickets for that shit.
But again, people gain and people have more and more or less than what a standard. There's no standard to it. That's what I'm saying. You can collect as much as you want, and you can have as little as you want, and you're worth only the amount of shit you have is. You know,
always. You're always only ever worth the amount of shit.
And so there's really no solving this
this conundrum,
this whole world thing, and it just really makes me want to be in a cabin writing manifestos away from society.
Oh, well.
Right?
Oh, just pull Henry David Thoreau, grow a neck beard, move out to the woods, go crazy.
Just go crazy.
Just lose your sanity, and that's...
I mean, shit.
And just die.
I don't know. That doesn't sound
the worst
than what we're doing now.
Well, no, because that's what life is, isn't it? That's just what being alive is like fixing yourself a little box somewhere and just trying to weather the rest of your days, because you didn't ask for this. You didn't ask to be thrown into this. You just woke up today. Your memories are just that. Like yesterday may not have existed, so maybe you just spoke yourself into existence this morning. So what the fuck is it even? So you make your little box. You fill your days with bullshit just so you can you want comfort, because like being alive is scary. So people want to be comforted. That's why we do anything. Yeah. I think is some sort of like either to let yourself know you're alive, distract yourself from being alive, or distract yourself from not being alive anymore. Distract yourself from death. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's all distractions. That's what I mean.
And some distractions are fucking awesome. Like
Yeah.
playing music is awesome. Having sex is awesome.
Those were my first two that came to mind too.
Yeah, right. Drugs are cool. There's a lot of things you can do to distract yourself, and there are a lot of cool, like, constructive things you can do to distract yourself. You know, like fighting world hunger, trying to save little kids that are in bad situations. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Save people.
doing decent things.
Yeah. You know what I think should have been a little bit different about our biology?
What's that?
I think it would have been really good for
Breathing
humanity.
water.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be dope. Aqua people.
I just think it should have been implemented into our biology to like
fight to the death any man we see.
No, the pleasure center of the mind is like
okay
would either only be or exponentially be related to good deeds, good actions, things like that. So like every time you did something good for someone, it would feel like an orgasm that nothing compares to.
Oh my god, that hat looks so nice on you.
Yeah. See? I think people
But then
would
you'd
inherently
like no, but even then sometimes you'd know it was weird. Sometimes you'd look at guys and be like,
they're just doing it to
keep
get
doing
off
that?
on it.
Yeah.
They get off on there are people like that.
They get off on being nice.
Helping.
Oh.
Yeah. But I do think if it was like just more biological, like people would just be nicer if they were coming every time they you give to a homeless person. He's like nut a little bit.
Here's a
like,
nickel.
Oh,
like, shit.
What if I give you everything I have?
Oh. Yeah, then you just you have multiple orgasms every time you empty your wallet to a hobo.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
So I'm just saying, people be lining up to give to that homeless person.
I'm not like I'm the only homeless person left in town, and I'm not really even homeless anymore. I just tell them this. Like
I make a good salary.
I've been doing this every day for years. I don't know how they don't get it yet. I'm rich.
Fine. Yeah,
I am a rich man.
That's his way of giving to society because everybody's coming on him or coming.
Oh shit, that's a whole other thing.
No,
so we're not even talking about just like a mental. We're not even talking about just like a mental body shiver. We're talking like ejaculate. We're talking.
No,
we're talking soaking panties.
Coming on the idea of helping him is what I was saying.
That's even weirder to like come on a fucking existential idea. All right, not a time for silence.
Wait, what was it? Talking about coming, being existential?
Because you were like, you're coming on the idea of
coming on, off of. Like I'm just using it as like
coming off.
Coming
what?
on the idea, not on. Yeah. Physically.
So there is no ejaculate. There is no ejaculate. There's no cum.
I mean, some's gonna seep out.
All right,
feeling that good.
I just need to know if there's cum. But what about the ladies? Do they shiver or like? Do they like? I don't know, man. This is weird. This is a weird situation you've posited. So
I'm trying to make society better.
Okay, so everybody just gives their money and comes on this homeless dude.
Let's get together.
Is that how the world's oldest profession started? Is that how prostitution started? And then just stories of that man got passed down, like a game of telephone. Yeah, like a game of telephone, and then it ended up being. That's where we got prostitution from.
Yeah, people say that was the first. See, I guess what it was, right? It's not because people say it's like the first job, but like about hunting. Hunting was the first job, right? Because you had to kill to eat.
But what else do you have to do? Got to eat to live.
You eat to live, and you got to fuck to live. Ride or die.
Ride or die.
I get that part, but I think the reason people say it was the first job was like it was the first time things weren't bartered.
They say America's oldest profession.
Yeah.
Or no, it's the world's oldest profession. Maybe.
But
I don't know.
But again, it's like farming and hunting and shit. They would trade stuff. It would be no cash exchange. So maybe they're meaning it's the first time someone got paid like.
But even then, no, you got to think like. You got to think like even cavemen ladies were like.
I mean,
we're hooking it. getting stuff in
Imagine
trade for
sucking
their
a dick
body.
for some bread. There was a day before money,
Right,
where there were still prostitutes
but they were just sucking dick for
for
like
a bag of wheat,
what-
grain, or
yeah,
something.
grain. Just
I
fucking
don't know if this was worth it.
yeah, getting
They
getting
didn't even make the bread for you. Just give you yeast or some
yeah,
shit.
getting skull fucked for a quart of milk.
Give her a bucket. Shit.
I know, just a quart.
Quart.
Yeah,
Little
man.
sip.
You know how fucking they only got one cow.
So even then, so they were saying your life value in sexual terms is worth like this amount of milk.
Yep.
And so they had to.
Do you understand, children?
There was a conversation at one point, and it's like, so how much are you giving your prostitute? Like, I'm giving them 2 whole loaves of bread. 2 whole loaves? And then they start, well, how much should we give them? Well, shit.
Well, I'm
Half
guessing
loaf or something, right?
at most.
No, they deserve a whole loaf. It depends on what we're talking about. How far they go. There was a debate on bread versus sexual acts, and which was worth more.
At a point, it's like, well, I give her 3 onions. 3 onions. Hold on, there's more. You
Now,
give her
hold
more
on.
than 3 onions?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. She
Yeah.
talked me into giving her a
I
lot
was like,
more.
you're going to ruin this for everyone. If you keep giving
Let me
out
guess, you're gonna start giving her dollars next. You're gonna
Yeah.
start giving her paper money.
voting money,
Voting money. That's funny. We love the ladies here. We don't want to act like we're making fun of the fucking suffragettes or slut
was
shaming.
but yeah,
We're not
that's
slut
funny.
shaming here. We're
Yeah.
just saying that there was a conversation about how
Yeah,
much
it's
how
something to think about.
how
And
many
there was
vital
dude
goods,
posses,
essential
too.
goods. Huh?
There's dude prosies.
Yeah. What do you give your male prostitute?
Yeah, maybe more Roman thing.
Oh,
It's probably, you know.
well,
maybe they
when
were
dudes were
passive.
having male prostitutes.
Yeah.
So we're only talking about men sleeping with these prostitutes. It's very sexist
Well,
of you, Toby.
Well, no, our society was sexist and didn't allow women to advance into positions to be hiring prostitutes
I mean,
at a certain point. That's
that's
society's
not,
fault.
but that's not true though. That's not true though. That's definitely, I think, circumstantial during certain ages because
Yeah.
like there were plenty of times in history where like women were
that's true.
were seen. There were matriarchal societies. Look at fucking
Oh yeah, I mean, there's been some like princesses and queens who like had some prostitutes lined up,
oh
and
fuck
they like
yeah,
dudes, yeah.
and they like dudes.
You know, so they lined them up. I mean, there were positions like that, but I think it's fair to say that women have had a bad rap in the past.
Yeah, there have been times where
They didn't get the prostitutes that they needed, you know, and we got
Mm.
all we wanted, and we got to pick the price of pussy. That's the fucked up part,
y'all ever pick the price of pussy out there?
because it wasn't debated by the people giving whatever they were selling.
Mm.
The guy throwing the dick or laying the puss down, they didn't get to decide how much it was worth. It was the bread owner that got to decide it, right?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Fuck that. Demand the price of your pussy, ladies.
You get 3
And
onions.
demand the price of that dong, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just reaching out there. Man. Damn.
Yeah.
Tiger King, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're supposed to be talking about. But that's the point of all this shit, right? It's
Mhm.
just to have. We'll get into it. We'll get
Yeah,
to
we'll
it.
get there. Like, it's not like anybody's watching right now anyway. It's fine.
Yeah.
And we
had a
don't
good
do
time.
timestamps. So, like, I don't put that much effort into it. So you have to listen to the whole thing or scrub through it.
I mean, I would do it if people started complaining, but no one's gonna care.
At this point, sir, no.
It would be us complaining.
Yeah, it's only us. It's only us here. And we do get people that click on it at least. I mean, I see that our views go up, but that means people click on it.
Yeah, there's
And they
some
probably
buttons.
tune out when we start talking about how no one watches our podcast.
like right now.
Yeah.
They're like, well, I don't want to be the only one.
Oh, I feel weird. This feels like the only, when you're watching like a
Something sad.
live video on Instagram and you're the only person that clicks on the live video and you're
They're
like,
like-
oh,
Yeah.
their eyes light up when they see you come on and you're like,
Oh,
oh,
hey.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
It's the guy who's way excited to be your friend, and like
yeah.
it's a red flag that they're that excited. It's
Mhm.
like, wait, do you have nobody else in your life?
And then you go over to their page and you look, and you're the only one following them. So you were the only one that was ever going to click on that live video, and they thought, "Oh my God,
wow, it's happened.
he loves me too."
Now, remember that South Park with Butters? I think it's Butters. He
And
friends one. He has
the
one friend.
kid,
Or no, it's Kyle.
the one kid who had no
It's like
friends, and Kyle
Yeah.
friended him.
And it changed his life, and he's like, I'm hanging out with my friend today. And his parents were like, you're finally getting out there. And then he deletes him,
Yeah.
and it crushes him.
Yep. Oh my God.
Yeah, follow more people with one follower.
Maybe don't, though.
Maybe there's a reason.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a reason.
Again, that comes back to us. Maybe there's a fucking reason.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a lot of things that people tune out when we start
That's
talking
hilarious that we took that long to get around to maybe we're the problem. Maybe it's not that we think we deserve a giant audience. We think we deserve the world, but
a lot of people like me.
yeah, maybe they don't. Maybe people just don't like us, man. And
It's
that's
something to consider.
Oh, for sure, because like we really only have each other. It's not like we
Well-
got a lot of people sticking around.
So we should just follow each other only, and just like all of each other's
But
shit.
maybe we could get famous off that. Maybe we could get famous off the two most supportive bros that
Two most
never
supportive bros,
followed
yeah.
anyone else, or
then-
delete
but,
other followers.
you
They
know,
only
our pages will be blowing up. We're getting 1,000 likes a day all of a sudden.
Yeah,
And like the brands start reaching out. How you getting that? You don't have any
dude,
followers.
it would be awesome if it would be awesome if we dropped everybody that we were following and just followed each other.
Yeah,
That would be
but
outrageous.
again, don't you think we could like jam the system up by like over liking and like because our statistics would look weird.
Yeah,
It'd be like no one's following them, but they're getting massive likes, massive comments, and
Yeah.
like our analytics would
it's
look
just that
weird.
every time someone follows us, we undo it. We're just like we remove them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we just go like each other's pictures.
Yeah.
But I wonder how it would look because it would definitely look fishy.
Oh yeah,
And
for
I've-
sure.
It would be something.
I'm very interested, but probably never gonna do it.
I mean, it seems like a lot of work.
So I know that everyone on the fucking internet has watched The Tiger King
Yeah, that shit is crazy, and a well needed relief
in trying
These times,
times.
yeah.
Yeah, in these times of the virus times.
Yeah, it was.
like it's fucking England
I
in
feel
the
like they had it
1800s.
ready. They probably had that ready for a year and a half or something. I'm just like the world needs it now.
Yeah, I don't know. That's fucking insane. It's insane that the timing that it came out. I love how it's brought people together. You've
Yeah,
got
something to laugh at.
liberals and
And Jews.
Republicans, liberals and Jews are dancing in the street over the Tiger King.
Yeah,
It's a
Everybody's
fucking
holding hands.
insane, outrageous story. There's
that'd be a good meme of like a Catholic person, Jewish person, all like holding hands and
Yeah.
be like Joe in the middle, Joe, all coming together.
there, dude. The memes where it's like Trump's face on his face on
Yeah.
his head or the other way around are fucking incredible. They
Mm.
work.
I can see that.
But it is full of murder, intrigue, fucking
Animals,
big old tigers,
meth,
gay cowboys.
Gay cowboys. Man.
There's political intrigue. There's fucking oh my god. There's other crazy fucking zookeepers, and it's just it blows your fucking mind. I couldn't believe it when
What about
I was watching it.
his husbands? Did you like John Finlay, right?
John
was the
Finley.
one
That was his
with
first
teeth
husband.
Teeth were out,
Teeth were gone.
tatted up,
Yes.
but his hair it looks kind of weird. I've always thought about that because I'm a hairy dude,
Yeah.
and in fact, because they shave you to give tats, and then your hair grows back over them.
Yeah.
Some people it works with, but I think you have to like build the body to have that.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because like if you're a little pudgy,
Yeah.
it kind of looks gross. Because
Yeah.
it's hair and tattoo. Like you don't know what's going on there. But you can go like who's Aquaman? Jason
Momoa.
like that style. He could have a big face or chest tat with some hair on it.
Right.
And it's just because he's got Zeus body.
Right.
I think you got to have the right body for it. And this dude did not. And it,
Okay.
it creeped me out.
Oh, that he
like-
was only doing it shirtless?
Yeah.
That everything that you watched him in, he's like shirtless with his belly
Yeah.
up, like kind of looking at his belly button. Even.
Yeah, it's like he's totally the guy to like pick lint and lick it or something.
But I mean, like,
Are you on this guy's side?
I'm Team
I do
Joe.
feel bad for him.
I feel what do you mean you feel bad for him?
I mean,
Feel bad for him in what way?
I just feel like he took like a pseudo handicap, really down on his luck person, fed him meth for years, and kind of owned them.
Oh,
you know?
well, I mean, yeah, he owned people.
Yeah, he owned people.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole thing. Because what was he doing? He was giving convicts a second chance. So like
by fucking them.
No. That was just those two. That was just those two. I mean, he was probably fucking other dudes on there. I don't know what he was doing. But anyways,
see, he thinks he's a rapper or something. That's why would you not just wear a shirt in an interview? Look at even rappers in interviews. They wear shirts.
Well, no, I don't. Was that what it was? Was that why he wasn't wearing a shirt?
Oh no, I'm just saying in his head.
There were other
in
ones.
his head, he was treating himself like that. Like,
there may have been a thing.
They gotta see the shirt.
It might have been hot in there. One, because
and
like
this dude just
you
care.
never know when people just can't afford air conditioning.
He may be one of those guys that just never puts on a shirt.
He might be, or they were like, "Can we see your tattoos? Do you want to show your tattoos?"
Yeah,
and he was like, "Hell yeah."
He's like, "What do you mean? My shirt's already off."
You mean all of these tattoos? As he motions toward his body.
Yeah, as he sensually motions. Yeah,
motions toward his shirtless.
Oil him up. He's
torso.
That dude oiled up would be all that.
Because we know when Toby gets oiled up, it's gross. So we can only imagine.
Start to congeal in your hair and shit.
But let's tell.
Hairless
okay, so
people are good oiled up.
Let's give it a little overview real quick. So Joe Exotic, what his real name is Joe. He has a really strange last name.
On IMDb, that's what his real name. That's what it shows.
It's just
name.
Joe Exotic. He changed his name. Okay, so but I know he's got another married name right now or whatever. But Joe Exotic, for all intents and purposes, he it was a farm in Ohio.
Yeah.
Or he had a fucking compound that he kept.
Was it Ohio?
I think it was Ohio.
Wait, is Ohio? Are there a lot of Mormons in Ohio? Is that no? Oh wait, I think it is Ohio that has like a really big polygamist.
Okay, Oklahoma. Okay.
Ohio would make sense to me though.
Okay, so Oklahoma.
So he was technically a polygamist, right? Was he married to both of them at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were all married to each other.
How can you how can you legally? Certain states allow it to be. I mean, I know Ohio does.
Yeah.
They have legal marriages.
Okay, so
that was where like Sister Wives was filmed.
So in Oklahoma, he had a wildlife center where he would allow people to pet tigers. He had all these giant tigers. It was something like over 200 points. So it's fucking insane that he like raised these tigers and had them there on this property, and he bred them to like, and he would distribute them out to like pet stores, zoos, other wildlife center owners, and things like that. And after a certain point, and he was just like he was a very self-centered, egotistical, gay cowboy with two straight husbands.
Yeah, were both of them straight? I was about to say, so Dylan was the other one.
Yeah, and they would, well, you know, it kept saying that he would tell people that they were, you know, they weren't gay. They would say that.
Yeah, I remember him saying on there that he never felt like he was gay. But what does that mean? Does it mean they was tricked into it? Or
but again, like, you know, like maybe he had a thing about him. Maybe.
Oh, maybe he just had charisma, and they're like, I'm not gay, but I love this man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big chance.
Because he's kind of like a cult leader. Like all of them seem kind of like cult leaders.
There's some manipulation going on there.
Yeah.
I feel like with the meth and
buying them whatever they want. All this gay for pay. No.
I mean, not directly, but like we said, he was giving them bread.
It's true.
You know, he was feeding them, letting them play.
You know
with
what they
cats
say?
and his penis.
Ass, grass, bread.
You know what the old saying is. So I don't know. I just kind of feel bad for the dude.
Okay, so he's in prison right now. That's what I was gonna get to. Like overall, he's in prison because of a woman named Carol Baskin that bitch. Carol Baskin fed her husband to a tiger. Okay. And all Joe wanted to do was prove it and get because she owns an exotic wildlife center of her own. And it is
Now, he
just
started
as
getting at
bad, if not worse, than these
conditions.
other ones. Worse
Right.
conditions than the other ones. And she said that it is a place for those animals to die. Those words came out of her mouth. That is a place for these animals to safely die. And
Yeah.
that's what they were
What's that
doing at
mean,
all
though?
these other places. The only thing is that she doesn't allow contact with the cats.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only difference, but they're doing the same
She was
exact
saying
thing.
that he was abusing them.
And he was not.
Well, wasn't the thing for both of them that they only kept them until they got to a certain age because it was unsafe to play with them?
It
They
would
couldn't
be
make money off of
they
them?
would be unsafe to play with them, and then you could ship them off to a zoo.
Is
or
that what
something
they
like
did?
that.
Or did they, because of the numbers, you think they
You
capped
th-
a lot of them?
Well, they only found 5 on his property.
Yeah.
They only found 5 skeletons on his property.
I mean,
That-
that's not crazy.
Well, 5 out of years.
5 out of hundreds, even, like, those could have been fights.
Well, no, and he
Accidents.
said like, what do you want me to do when there's a sick cat? He's like,
Oh,
and I got to put it down. Like, what do you want me to do?
yeah. So it's not like, yeah, I could see that. There's not enough numbers to see that he. That's what I was worried about.
Yeah.
Was that he was like, can't make money off of this one.
Cap
Kill
it
it,
and
make
head-
room.
Nah, I
for
don't
the
think that was what it
babies.
was. I really think that he always gave a shit about the cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave a shit. He cared more about himself.
Yeah.
Like especially toward the end there, he cared more about what was going on with Carol and all the other bullshit. Like, but I know he loved those cats. I
So
think
did he
everybody
start
knows he
going
fucking loved
after
those
her
cats.
because she came after the conditions at his place because he was stealing business? Was that where the feud first started?
I just thought it started because Carol had smeared him on her
Okay.
website when she first
Saying
started
that
her
he was
website.
abusing cats. or
Yeah,
something.
that he like breeds them and abuses them,
Yeah.
and like
And probably
making
just to
money
get-
off of them is bullshit.
And probably just so it was a business thing, I'd say.
But I mean, it's like
Business
I
feud.
understand that shit, but even it's just fucking ridiculous to me that she has the gall to like say this shit to anyone when she just wants to have all the cats. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Is that she just
wants the monopoly.
wants the cats because she loves cats, and
I
that's
get it.
super obvious.
You're a
She likes
Crazy cat
cats.
lady.
But like to the nth degree, like she is the most crazy cat lady. She's the crazy big cat lady.
Crazy big cat. Now what? Okay, so about her husband.
Oh, she killed that dude.
Brenda did that shit.
Oh yeah,
So
no doubt in my mind that she murdered that dude or fed him or
and again, so it
covered
was
him in
about-
salmon oil and fed
Yeah,
him to a tiger.
she
She
knew
said
how to
that
do it.
shit. Like, okay, so you
It'd
guys
be
remember
easy.
when Joe Exotic was talking about when he got bit on the leg and dragged around by that
Yeah.
one tiger, that he was like, I think somebody did
Set
something
up.
to me. And it cut back to her, and she's like, that's ridiculous. The only way you do that is if you spread something on them that they wanted to eat, like
Yeah.
salmon oil.
Now what is she saying about the perfume? So supposedly someone had put perfume on him, and perfume apparently attracts them,
Yeah.
but it doesn't make them attack.
But he wasn't being attacked. They were just like trying to eat his shoe.
They grabbed him, yeah. I mean, it didn't look like if they wanted to fucking eat him, they would have gone at his
Yeah.
face, neck, or like
Yeah.
But
I mean, there
But
was something on his shoe.
that's
like,
what I
he
was
coulda-
wondering.
He
Someone,
could have stepped on something.
oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean? Like,
But they thought it was. Why did he think it was the perfume thing? Like, just maybe because
I
that's a
don't know.
common thing to use to attract them.
yeah.
And so he's like, somebody probably put perfume on my shoe.
Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
don't
dude,
know.
that's a wild animal.
Yeah.
I don't see how you aren't missing an arm.
But even then, I mean, I understand that they're still going to have instincts and things, but like, even a wild animal raised in some form of captivity,
Yeah.
like, is going to be a bit more domesticated than a regular wild animal.
Yeah, but the
to a
odds-
degree,
the
I
odds of
understand
him
that they're
not being
still-
hurt are crazy.
The fact that he
Right.
only got that over
Yeah.
all those years, like, I mean, I know that there were probably other things. And can we talk about the lady that got her arm bitten right off?
Oh yeah,
But, well, it
She
got
still
caught in the
worked there.
fence and it ripped it out, or whatever.
yeah.
Ripped it off for the most part. And they said that they were gonna they might be able to save it because she said after they had it bandaged up, she could still move one of her fingers.
Yeah.
But then they told her they'd have to amputate it. They were like, it'd be so many years of reconstructive surgery, or we can take it off. And she was like, "Take it off. I got to get back to work." It's
Oh,
like,
okay.
damn.
See, I was thinking there's something weird about that. Like he didn't allow, or he didn't want her to go through with any procedure because it looked bad for the park or something.
No, she never said that.
It was all on her.
Yeah, she was
made
like,
the decision.
yeah. She was
Okay.
all about those cats. It seemed.
Yeah, she just like cats. I mean, I
They
get
all
where it
just like
starts.
cats.
Yeah,
It looks like
that's fine.
all insane people. And can we talk about Doc Antle?
Well, no, about the husband though.
Okay.
So he was, like you said, he was a player and had a girlfriend South America. Or
He had a girlfriend in
something?
South America, but again, like Carol Baskin wouldn't have even been in the big cat game if it weren't for this homeboy.
Mhm.
And she was also breeding and selling tigers up until a certain point. And she
Yeah.
said that because she said that it was her husband that spearheaded all of that.
Mhm.
But when it comes down to it, like she made a fucking instructional video on how to like take care of them and
So do you
breed
think,
them. But
like going off the basis of that the murder's real?
yeah.
Like, why did she kill him? Jealousy to run the place all by herself, because he was cheating. Like, what was her motive? There?
Well, that and like the fact that he was a millionaire.
yeah. So she
Oh
inherited a
my
bunch
god!
of stuff.
And that was the thing too. Is like remember that his will had like disappeared. His will
Oh, really?
disappeared from like his account or his assistant's desk or something like that. And when Carol brought it back, because Carol took it, it had her now as the benefactor of his money, or like
She
the benefiter.
changed? How could she change it?
Oh,
they're
and it was
married?
like,
I
and
don't
it
know.
even had the word disappearance in it, like in the event of my death or disappearance or some shit.
Oh, so they
it's
had
like,
a clause
but
for
it's
not
like,
finding the body because they never found the body, right?
right.
Would there be?
And he never showed back up. But they even went and searched the city where they said that he was.
Yeah.
Not there.
So what was he leaving for? Supposed like a business trip or something?
Well, I think he was leaving to get away from Carol, and he wanted to open up the place down there. He wanted to open up the cat sanctuary
Mhm.
down there. He wanted to move it.
And she was like, "This is my time to run this shit all by myself. I don't have to." Maybe she was kind of working under him, had some weird complex there, some power struggle between them. But if she fed them to the cats and they ate it, like how much can you dispose of? Like
They'll
They-
eat all of them.
they eat bones and stuff.
Yeah.
But and they come out just as shit. They don't come out as well. You couldn't tell much from a fractured bone. I mean, that's not. There's no like DNA
compared to
right?
whatever else they eat.
Yeah, they would have to search their shit like the day after. That's the only day they would have any evidence, because then it'd just
Man,
be
it's
fertilizer.
like, why would you
and-
not think that she got jealous or angry about anything and like fucking knocked him out and fed him to a fucking tiger? Like, why would you never think that? Why would
well,
no
that's
one ever?
insane.
I
It's
know it's
insane to
insane,
think,
but that's
like-
what they were even saying in the show was like, that's like no one thinks that because that would just be crazy. But it's
Yeah.
like she's got them there and they will eat everything.
It's easy disposal. Of
But
the
like
body,
you'll
for
think
sure.
that people on pig farms have killed people because pigs
Yeah.
will eat everything. You know what I mean? So like, why wouldn't you think that about the lady that runs the fucking tiger sanctuary?
Just push him in, and it would have been so sick though, because like, really, what would define her character would be after she pushed him in, whether she watched.
Oh, I'm sure
Or
she
not.
watched.
Because you push in, you squeamish, and you run away, and you're like, "What did I do? I'm crazy," and have a breakdown. And it's like, "Oh, she made a bad mistake." But if
Mm.
she pushed him in and watched him being torn to pieces and just smiled,
I'm sure it was something
like-
like that because you just look at her face is crazy. She got crazy face.
they got cameras they can check.
No, this was like the 80s.
Yeah, and she would have done it in a place that wasn't, or turned him off. So shit.
Yeah, dude, she got away with that shit. Maybe not though.
don't know.
Maybe like this shit is gonna bring it up because the memes are crazy, and as we know, memes are truth.
Now is she under investigation?
I don't think I mean, she might have been initially for that back then, but I don't think so now. I think she was cleared.
Yeah,
They cleared her of any of that shit.
they couldn't prove it. I guess
They
It's
couldn't
just
prove
too-
it. But what they thought they could prove was that Joe Exotic hired that other meth head to go and kill her. Do you think he did it? Do you think he actually did it? Because they're all saying that he did it.
What? How did he
The
try
only
to
one that
kill her?
says he didn't was Joe.
How did he try to kill her?
Well, the dude didn't even.
Oh, I
The
do
dude
remember
said
him.
he didn't even go down to Florida to kill her.
Yeah,
Um.
was just trying to find someone to put a hit.
Well, that's why he's in jail
Oh.
is because people are saying that he
That's why he's
ordered
in
it.
jail.
That's why he's in jail is because people are saying that he ordered a hit on Carol Baskin.
Yeah,
Like all those people that you've seen in the show so far, they all say that he did this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Probably bragging about it. I'm gonna get that bitch killed someday.
But even then, like, when he had his fucking internet show, he was like, he actually like had a dummy of her up next to him and like shot it in the head at one
Yeah.
point. Like,
he had a podcast.
basically a podcast, but like on a television network,
Yeah.
like on a cable access network.
Yeah.
And no, on the internet, it was just a
but
website.
what is his motive to kill her? What, to get her back for killing her husband? They weren't friends. Or would it just be about taking down the enemy? Because she's
after a certain
slandering
point,
him.
yeah, because it seems like she started by talking shit about him, and maybe
Yeah.
his practices weren't the best, like in the scenario for like what's best of the cats,
Yeah.
because there are less
He's
there are
about
less
making
tigers
money.
in the wild now than there are in captivity.
Yeah.
So that's fucking insane. I don't think that that's right.
Yeah. So I guess I could see it happening, but it does seem like a big jump from you're hurting my business to putting a hit out on somebody, you know?
Well, a lot of it's the principle of the thing because everybody else can kind of see how Carol's doing. Like everybody that owns like one of these wildlife reserves, like all of them, like the drug dealer turned big cat guy,
Yeah.
the Doc Antle and Joe and that other dude.
Was it the drug? Was he a drug dealer?
Well, he ran drugs.
You talking about Jeff Lowe?
No, Jeff Lowe's another guy. Jeff Lowe's the guy
That's
who
the guy who
owns
bought
the
it.
market. Now.
Yeah.
yeah.
Now that guy, so he was a swinger.
He is styling.
He was a
I
swinger
love
and,
the
like,
way he dresses.
Was he a pimp before?
It seems like he was probably a pimp.
Because he's always like around stripper looking people, you know. It just seems like
Yeah, he
in
probably had to-
Vegas,
yeah.
right? And that's where they started collecting cats and stuff, and they'd use them to get girls
In a mansion in Vegas.
They'd bring them, yeah, and they'd invite girls back to the house to see the cats.
Yeah,
bring
they
them to the
hooking-
strip clubs.
They hooking, dog.
And so, yeah, I think I think that's where he started. I think he got into cats later. I think he started out with pimping some
As a
ladies.
pimp.
Yeah. And he just does seem like one, you know? He really has that ring. Now, which guy are you talking about? Bhagavan Antle?
No, that's Doc Antle. He's the other pimp. You know what I'm saying? They just fucking all those young women and like making them live in these really weird conditions.
Yeah. I don't remember that.
The fucking hippie dude? The hippie cult leader? They're all cult leaders. I've come to that conclusion now. They're all fucking cult leaders, but especially Doc Antle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was
Myrtle Beach Safari.
the
And he just had a bunch of girls living there?
yeah, like his whole staff is just like what he deems beautiful young women, and like
Yeah.
he's married a few of them, and some of them have their own houses on the property. Like they don't all live with him. And the documentarian was like, "Hey man, so like, what's up with all that?" He's like, "Haha, don't ask me questions about that."
What's up with all the women here?
Yeah, it's like, what's up
He
with
just
like
said-
like your relationship and
Oh.
like what's up with that? And he's like, don't ask me questions about
Too
that.
complicated.
Yeah, he's like, don't ask something about my complex lifestyle, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it's fucking insane.
But again, the line would be like if he was like using his power and manipulating
His power,
A quid
his
pro
fucking
quo.
hippie fucking soul patch power. I know I have
Yeah.
a soul patch right now, but his is real bad. You got to have a mustache with the soul patch.
Yeah, the just soul patch
Yeah,
guy.
that's what he's got.
Yeah.
That's who I'm talking about. You know
That
who I'm
dude,
talking about?
Like eats ass often, you know,
Okay.
and demands his ass being eaten.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
he likes to be milked, and he has his ass eaten
and chugged.
so fast.
He
dude.
likes to be milked and chugged.
Yeah. Oh man, milk chugging. It's a whole deal.
Great. Love it.
But you can tell
Okay, so
people are some freaks.
no, the one that
What-
was a
which
drug
one?
dealer. I think he's Cuban. His skinny dude looks
Mm,
Cuban.
Looks Cuban.
Yeah.
Alan Glover.
No.
The handyman.
Oh my god. Let me
He looks Cuban.
No, he runs one of the wildlife parks.
Oh, scroll through there and see.
All right.
I don't know. The actual drug dealer. Is he the one that sold them? The meth?
Okay, so Tim Stark is another wildlife resort runner.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Fuck Howard Baskin. Her husband.
Yeah.
Fucking he weird looking fella. Not that I'm making fun of people's looks, but weird looking fella.
All these people are fucking like crazy.
Yeah.
And none of them are attractive. It's like, it's all about the cats. It's just like the guy who walks his puppy on a college campus.
Right.
It's like, you know what you're doing.
Mario Brow. That's the guy who was like, yeah, we murdered somebody.
Really?
Yeah, he straight up said that. He's
Damn.
like, yeah, we murdered somebody. It was like an informant. Yeah. It was an informant that was like brought in by the blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, some of my dudes killed him. Yeah, I was there. It's like,
whoa.
He's like, yeah, we fed him to something. Like, feel like they chopped him up and fed him to the tigers or whatever. And
They
he's
killed
just
an
like,
informant?
yeah,
Someone
an informant to the FBI.
on
thing.
the inside that was, but informing them on what? Not taking good care of your kitties?
He was running drugs.
Oh.
Yeah, he was running
okay.
drugs at the time to pay for his big cat obsession.
Oh.
Yeah.
I dig that. I mean, that's...
I gotta pay for these cats somehow. So time to run some cocaine.
It's kind of sweet in a way. People that selling tigers.
I'm doing this for my cats.
Which one's better? Is Joe better? He's selling, he's selling cats so he can buy meth. The other guy's selling meth so he can buy cats. Which one's more honorable?
I guess selling the meth to buy cats.
Yeah, because then you really care about the
Yeah.
kitties.
And
So,
boy, does he.
We come out of this, the murdering meth dealer is
But
the
it's
best
like,
guy on the
it's
show.
just, it's just hilarious that he just admitted to being a party to a murder of an informant. And like,
yeah. Wow.
It's like, yeah, my guys killed him. It's like, I was there.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, it's like, well, I mean, like, it's well past the statute of limitations on it, I'm sure.
Can
Because
you
it's
just-
not a cold case.
Yeah, I didn't think that applied to murders. I thought like
But when
murders
it's not,
30 years
if
old.
it was
you
like,
can get.
if it was solved, if they've, I feel like
Well,
if they've
yeah.
closed the case, like if someone is in jail for it, and like
it can't be
years later,
reopened if someone admits
if you admit to being a party to it, like you're like, yeah, I
not
was
doing
there.
it yourself.
Yeah, I was there. What?
I know who did it. It's like, well, fucking tell us. No, there's
I
a
was like,
murderer
they're
out
in,
there.
no, they're in jail already. I feel like the only reason he would have been able to like let that be in the documentary.
Someone went to jail for it.
Yeah, I assume that dudes went to jail because he went to
But
jail.
This dude seems
You
way
know what I
too
mean?
cool
He
with
did
it.
time. He did time in jail,
Yeah. He
and
seems
maybe it
way
was
too
for
cool.
being there. You know, maybe part of it was for being there when that happened.
Who's J.P. Wilson? A magician? Where's there a magician?
That was.
in
Do you
it?
not remember like when he was running around? When he was running around going to the fucking malls and shit. He was like, and then he started doing magic. It cuts to like Joe Exotic, like flaring his hands, and like a fucking pigeon
Dude,
would come
he's
out.
crazy.
So
Anyone
he
that just goes into magic.
He was in like he met this like 11-year-old kid that was doing amateur magic.
Yeah.
And had him teach him magic tricks.
Yeah, wow.
So like
That's
he's
that
like,
kid.
so it cuts to that guy and he's like, yeah, I started training Joe in magic. And it's like, you were a child. And he was like a 40-year-old
dude's
man.
About, man, he likes butts. He likes meth. He likes tigers. And he likes magic. That's a really special guy.
Dude, that is, I mean, but it is a type. You know that, right?
They go hand in hand.
There is a like magic and tigers. That's
Definitely.
match made in heaven.
Butt fucking?
Magic and butt
Definitely.
fucking. Or tigers and butt fucking. Either
Yeah.
one works.
Tigers, magic, buff. They're like a triangle. It's a
Yeah,
golden
and then you
triangle,
add in meth. Meth works with everything.
It makes all of those things thrive.
yeah.
You know, magic's better.
Gets everything
The
cooking.
tigers are more
Gets
exciting.
everything bubbling and all
Yeah.
congealing together.
That's a
Love
good
it.
stew.
Hell yeah, I love this podcast.
Oh man.
So, just name me people, and we'll talk
Trying to
about,
think about
them.
well, that's the ones I remember.
We'll just go through the.
See if you recognize anybody else.
Okay, so we'll go back towards the beginning again. So we've talked about Carol. She killed her husband, and she's the big cat rescue lady. Joe Exotic, and yep, he talked about him. We got Bog Von Antle, Doc Antle, fucking insane. How do you not remember Doc Antle? They cut to him so much.
Yeah,
He's like, and have you not listen. Maybe you checked out during the part where they were talking about the chick, like all of his, like they talked to one of his ex girls that talks about the conditions there. She's like, I had to leave. It was like a cult. She's like, we all had to sleep in these weird, nasty little places. There was cockroaches in our food, and like, it's like they got paid. It was something stupid like $100 a month. Or some fucking like
not enough to leave.
Not enough to do shit.
Yeah.
What'd you think about Mr. John Finley though? You didn't like John Finley? You didn't like his husband, his first husband.
Oh yeah. Nah.
He was like, this is a gun that Joe bought me. I like the pink camo.
Yeah.
Pink camo was always my favorite.
Yeah. I mean, he was a sweetheart. I just felt bad for him.
Yeah. What about the other husband?
The other one did, but okay, so the John guy seems a little slow. Right?
Yeah.
And so that's why I feel extra bad. Dylan seems like a young boy that was like kind of tricked.
Yeah.
John kind of is like.
Did you get to the part?
He didn't know better.
Did you see what happened to Dylan though?
I don't know.
Oh no.
You can tell me.
I can tell you.
Yeah.
He shoots himself in the head.
Oh man.
On accident.
How does that happen?
Okay, so you know the dude that was helping him run for office?
God, I forgot.
This guy, Joshua
Dial. So political stuff, tigers, magic, gay, meth, and cowboy, and music video. We didn't talk about the.
We haven't talked about the music yet.
So he was a musician.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Successful.
Well, now can you imagine how many downloads those songs have now? I can't even imagine like what he's gonna be getting. Dude, well, like let him have some fucking commissary money, I guess. Joshua Dial, see him?
Yeah.
So that guy, so he's in there, and so since he was helping Joe with this, he was there a lot at the.
He was ratting him out the whole time. I felt like every time he'd talk, it just no filter kind of thing.
I like
yeah, he was fucked up.
Well, yeah, he was like, but he was a good friend. Like, he's like, but I felt like I needed to be there. No, I'm talking about Joshua Dial, not the dude next to him. I'm talking about Joshua Dial.
Yeah, the guy, the campaign. I thought he was. I just remember him being like kind of brutal.
James Garretson was an actual informant. You come to find out.
Oh,
that he was actually informing on Joe Exotic and Lowe.
See, why aren't people? So these other people are killing their husbands, trapping women in sex cults, and they're coming after Joe for selling a couple babies off.
Yeah.
Why aren't these other people got informants in there? Shit,
Dude, one of the best memes I've seen is like it was like $1,200 isn't gonna cut it. A tiger cub is from $2,000 to $4,000.
Yeah.
That's hilarious because that's one of the things that Joe says. It's like that's bad. $2,000 to $4,000. But Joshua Dial was sitting in one of the back offices, and Dylan would come in, and he was talking about how Dylan used to like point his gun at people. Like for fun. Which is not a cool thing to do. You don't point guns at people for
He'd
fun.
Get really high on meth, and he'd think it was hilarious
to point his gun at people. But Joshua was like, "Hey man, I've asked you not to do that. Please stop doing that. It makes me very uncomfortable." And then Dylan goes, "Hey man, it's a Ruger and it doesn't have the magazine in it."
I do remember that.
The magazine it won't
fire without the magazine.
Yeah. And then bow. And then
where did you hear that?
Like, well, no, some
models.
My smaller one has that in it. Like, it won't fire if the magazine's out of it. That's a safety. It's a safety feature that has to be like California made that law that guns that are sold in California have to have that magazine lock.
I don't like that because like,
what if someone takes your fucking magazine, but you know you still got one in the chamber? You gotta be able to shoot that shit.
You want that one in the chamber. Even in scenarios, it gives you like a chance to find a mag or like, I don't know.
Always keep your gun locked and loaded, but leave a safety on if you've got one. If not, keep it in the holster. But always like people that carry a gun without a bullet in the chamber, you're fucking up. If you ever need to use it, you're never gonna have the time. Yeah, like you're never gonna have the time.
The only time I've really thought about it, which even if it's chambered, you can pop it out and load it again. That's the only scenario I see it really being a disadvantage is someone that you don't need to shoot, but you could use it to threaten. Like, like someone coming at you with a big ass knife. You could go click, click, get the fuck back. that noise is more it triggers something more than just the pointing, I think.
Yeah.
But you can do that with it chambered. You can just pop it out so
Yeah.
they know it's loaded.
Yeah.
Right? But I do think that sound triggers people and makes people rethink what they're doing when just pointing at them on I don't know. I think it adds an extra element of fear when you cock it in front of them, you know. But I
mean,
still think you should have one in the
see
chamber.
that, but again, like if you're going out, if you're carrying, like,
but it's in a scenario that you don't need to shoot them.
oh,
but
for sure,
could
you can
use
totally
it
do
as a
that.
tool.
But then you
to
gotta wait for
threaten
them to run away before you like lower your guard to pick up your bullet because bullets are expensive. Like, I'm not wasting that bullet. You don't get that bullet.
But yeah, shit, man, these people are crazy. When did you feel weird when he did shoot at the tiger or shoot the ground?
No.
I mean, I knew he had to do that. Those are crazy like the loud
Wait,
noise
well,
will
it's
scare
like
him off.
the first thing my wife did was gasp because
But
she thought
couldn't-
he shot the
Yeah.
tiger, but it's like he'd
But
never
couldn't
do
he
that.
use? I mean, in theory, no. You would want a real bullet in there. I was gonna say, couldn't he just use blanks if he was just scaring them?
Yeah.
But in the scenario where they are attacking him, grabbing his neck, he needs a real bullet in there so he can kill him. So, I mean, I get it. But he did look a little loose with it. Hey, like, get the fuck out of here.
He is a loose unit. I'm not gonna say was because I think he's still got fight in him. I think he's loving prison. First of all, I think he is thriving in prison.
I don't know. Oh yeah, because he's not gonna get beat up. All the gangs are gonna like him. He's gonna get fucked and his dick sucked just nice. And
he's fine. I think he's just all right.
But he's not in there for anything fucked up, you know. And he's famous right now, so everyone's gonna give him. So he's getting extra ding dongs.
Have an extra Twinkie. Here, suck my dick. Yeah.
I went ding dong because there's there's a little joke in there. Do ding dongs still exist? I don't feel
sure
like
they
they've
do.
ever existed. I don't know what they are.
Ding dongs.
I just know the name.
Basically, chocolate Twinkies.
Chocolate. They're sticks. Just stick a
Stick of chocolate with some cream in it.
stick of chocolate bread. Oh, I thought they were like. What was it? Is it ho hos that are round?
Okay. Yeah.
Which ones are the round ones with the little curly icing on top?
I think that's a ho ho.
That's a ho ho.
Yeah.
Why are they all sexual? Ding dongs and ho hos, Twinkies,
Ding dongs, ho hos, Twinkies. I think we've turned them into those things.
Oh, because it's a sweet treat.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Like that.
You laugh like, that laugh was like
Like what?
Stephen Colbert on Harvey Birdman. Ha ha! Man, I liked that show. I wish they would have made 1 million of them.
Oh yeah, I love that show. Gary Cole as Harvey Birdman was great, and Stephen Colbert. Yeah, that was one of the first things that I really enjoyed that he had done. Because for the longest time, it's like I didn't really like the Daily Show or Colbert. I was like, news. Like even if it's funny,
Yeah.
news.
I get
I
it.
don't give a fuck.
Like, didn't he have a cartoon where he was like a superhero or something?
I don't think so. I think that was
Was it
like
a short-
skit.
Yeah. I really see him as a superhero though. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Could have been a
that-
short bit.
I'm
though.
pretty sure that those are like skits that they did on the show at times. But yeah, oh my god. Yeah, I couldn't believe when Dylan shot himself. It blew my mind. Blew my mind because I was like, they're not really showing him anymore.
Damn. Well, they already had the foot. So when did this happen?
Well, like he was following him around for years.
Okay. Yeah, the footage was old.
Because he was filming that.
Man, they've
so
been collecting this.
John Kirkman, the kind of fast talking guy that kind of looked like Hunter S. Thompson, always smoking cigarettes, drinking Diet Coke, kind of talk like this. He's in there. He was the producer. He was producing the show, but in exchange for producing Joe's online show, he got to record a reality show about
Rick. Oh, okay, yeah.
what was his name? Rick
Kirkham.
Kirkham.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah. So that
Maybe
was
that
his
one's
thing.
the one I was thinking that was so brutal. There was somebody that worked close with him who was just seemed like they just
Oh
Kinda
yeah, it
thought
would have
he was
been
the
him.
worst.
It would have been him probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then his homeboy that lost his legs in a zip lining accident. I love how that was a thing because like the whole time you're like, how'd he lose the legs? How'd he lose his legs? And
Tiger?
and it's like, is it a tiger? It's a tiger. He's like, actually, no, it was a zip lining accident. Fell right down, landed on my feet, and just ruined my legs.
This made him all fucked up, and they cut him.
Well,
why
because
everybody
after
getting
no, he said
amputated?
he got fine. He was fine after a while, but then like he was just walking. He couldn't really feel his feet anymore, and his feet weren't healing properly. So he was just walking around on broken feet
Yeah.
for a long time, and then so they just had to take him. And then he was like, "I got these sick legs, fucking like insane clown posse clowns on his legs," and it's like, bro,
No,
it's
it's
trashy as
badass.
fuck. That's Mountain Dew as hell.
Yeah. I mean, if you have to get a fake leg, get something
Why not
cool
some
on
murder clowns?
it. I mean,
What?
not the clowns, but a
What would you-
design or something.
You wouldn't want just like sleek black metal looking.
But what if? I mean, no. What if you were tatted
What would
up?
you want?
You could mix
What would
it
you
in.
want? What would you want on your fake legs, Toby?
Um,
I've just removed your legs from
a
the
lot
knee
of
down.
maybe I would probably
got a
go
little
even
nub.
trashier than that and put some stickers on it, something like.
Oh, stickers that will eventually fade and get like half ripped off
Yeah, it's me. You know, it's like
because they don't have
I'm
the
the
good
suitcase that's
adhesive.
been all over the world. You know.
That sounds gross.
Oh man, and I've just been stamped.
I've
Stamped
been
and
stamped,
stowed,
stickered, stowed,
packed to the brim.
they just stuffed me full.
Tossed under mini airplane.
They're not,
No?
They are not gentle. These airline workers.
Yeah. Where do you think they fuck? Do you think they fuck in weird places? Like,
Airline workers?
yeah, like the people out there. You know, like when they're put. You don't think they like hook
These
up?
gruff men? You think these gruff men are bumming it in,
I mean, they
in
got
the, in the underbelly of an airplane? You about to go? Oh, you're like, ignore that. His dog really only barks at intruders, and she's barking.
yeah.
And Toby just shut the door.
Nah, she's fine.
She's fine. Just shut up. Shut that
But,
door with a knife.
No, you don't think they? You wouldn't do that? Be hooking up like on the
Tarmac.
yeah, shit like
Fucking
that.
on the tarmac. You down
I
with
think
that? That's
so.
what you're trying to do?
No, I just think they find weird places like that.
Okay, like in the underbelly of a plane,
Mm-hmm.
just right out in the middle of the tarmac.
On those
Under.
ladder,
Oh,
the ladder
on
cars.
Okay.
What are
The
they?
moving ladder car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's you stand up on top of there. Your friend drives.
Okay. Just
why
so
you
you
got-
can be.
and y'all
You're
switch out.
moving.
Yeah, and
Oh, you're
but there's-
switching out. So you're sharing this person.
switching out. Well, everybody's
Oh, okay.
in the world of luggage move.
Okay, so
Luggage move.
they're all just fucking.
That's what's going on.
Just
in airports.
ambiguous. Just do not care. Okay.
But the thrill is being up on top and like
That's the thrill.
yeah, and you're like you're going real fast. You're about to fall off and die, and it's real exciting.
You know, when you're about to fall off and die.
And you don't think they like?
And then you come.
What about the pilots? You don't think they ever like take someone around, let them fuck on the wing? Maybe this is an old thing. Maybe people don't do this anymore.
I've never been outside of an airplane before. Do you mind if me and the missus
You're
fuck on the
always
wing?
outside of an airplane. I like that.
Captain, I've never been outside of an airplane before.
Born and died.
Born and died on the outside of
So,
the
yeah.
airplane.
Joe's good, man.
Oh, you've decided he's a good man.
Oh well, I think that's a stretch. It's a good topic.
I think we can get into that, chew on that for a few hours.
Whether he's a good person or not. Well, I mean, shit, you were behind the guy from You, so like I expect.
But he
you
is
to
a
like
good person.
Joe.
He's great. Joe is great.
They're just lovers.
They're just two Joes
Just doing their thing.
living their life,
Control everything around them.
taking it sleazy.
Wait. No, never mind.
Okay.
So what do you think? What's your summary? What's your rating?
Well, Carol Baskin did that shit. Even if Joe Exotic ordered a hit on her, is that so bad? Is that so bad? She's kind of shitty. Like she
I don't
won't.
think he had enough.
Dude, she employs people for nothing. She has volunteers. She runs that whole place off
Is
of
that
volunteers,
enough for murder?
and she just fucking keeps all that money.
But that's not enough to kill someone over.
I don't think that's enough to kill someone.
Now,
over.
if
No.
she had killed someone that knew him,
But they had a personal thing. They had a thing going on.
yeah,
Like, it's like that. It's like the one chick that the gay dude doesn't like. You know what I mean?
just don't like her.
Right?
Yeah, you got it.
And like,
In
because
her-
he's like
in her
fine with
soul.
everyone, it seems. He's cool with everybody. Like, he ran for office and was like walking up to people, giving them condoms with his face on them.
Yeah, what the hell is that? He got kind of sidetracked there for a while.
Oh,
So,
yeah. He
like,
was no longer the Tiger King. He was now the
Mr.
guy running for
President.
office. Yeah, he did run for president, and then he ran for like a
Oh,
local
he
office.
pulled back.
Yeah, he's like, I got a little too big for my britches on
Yeah.
that one, but
I'm still gonna. Be in
I'm
government."
trying to do something. Yeah. Trying to make this star rise.
How did he not win? Did he not? I mean, his campaign ads must have been amazing.
But again, like, they're rational people out in the world
Yeah.
that are like, I'm not going to give in to this living
This
meme.
method.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how could you not? Like, if you didn't know all the fucked up things and you just saw him with cats,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be like, "This is our guy." I think it'd be your first thought.
But even then, that's like that whole thing where he was like filming his thing. He's like, hold on.
When he's filming the campaign ads.
The campaign ad, and he's like walking around he's like, yes, I have tried drugs. I am gay. Like,
Oh, he's just putting it out there. Everything that you would find out about him.
yeah.
You think more people checked out from the drug thing or the gay thing? He was in the South. I have tried drugs. I have killed a man.
Yeah. And I mean, like, do you really think that he was like mistreating these animals?
I think in general, how the sanctuaries are ran are unethical, but as far as within the limits of what's expected from those places, no. I mean, I don't think it could have been that bad. I think he was more abusing his workers. And
Oh
shit,
yeah, for sure. These
Like,
ex-cons and shit.
more than the tigers.
But hey, those people, did they really deserve more than $100 a month? And that's the question that everybody
How
should
much
be
were they
asking.
working?
Is anybody even worth this $1,200 that you're gonna get from this stimulus package? Are you even worth that right now, you fat son of a bitch sitting on your fucking couch eating your Cheetos, fucking rubbing your grubby little fucking Cheeto dusted fingers on your white shirt? Why are you wearing a white shirt? Why is your shirt white if you're eating Cheetos? You should know better than that. But the shirt's already gross,
Right.
isn't it? Like,
I can't wear a white shirt
Fuck.
for 2 or 3
fuck
days.
you. You're not worth $1,200. That was my point. My point was that you're not worth $1,200. You've been doing nothing but sitting on your ass, getting
Yeah.
fatter, eating cookies and shit. Like, I see you. I fucking see you. I can see through this.
What do you think they should get? Do you think that it should be?
No, I'm just kidding. I think we should become a socialist economy, and I think everybody should get, just shit should be free.
Mm.
Shit should be free. Everybody's earned it. You guys have
It
done
just-
great.
It just scares. It feels like a step towards communism. Is the only fear.
The step
Well-
towards communism, like this stimulus package. You think giving
No,
everybody money?
socialism.
Okay.
It's like
What's communism
light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is diet communism.
Yeah, But
Either
then-
way, it's never going to happen here.
yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think even if people get scared of it and think that what you decide to call liberals now, like, it doesn't make sense. Nobody's even like the word. People don't understand what the words mean anymore.
Yeah. I guess they change constantly as far like what we define them as changes.
Well, we're a democratic republic, and what are our two parties?
bum bum.
Like, already it makes no fucking sense.
Yeah. To split it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a little both.
Well, we're supposed to just vote for people. It's like, don't have a party system.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Just like have
Because
people.
it separates people like right off the rip instead of into
Yeah.
the debates and like you don't
Right,
get to
because
learn anything.
there's
anything
there's
about
so much gray area that everything overlaps anyways. Like,
And they're trying to separate you right from the beginning.
all the time. It's like
just
it doesn't matter
before
what
you
your
even know
fucking
about 'em.
skin color is. It doesn't matter what you identify. If you identify as a fucking a liberal right now or a Democrat, it's like you've probably also got some conservative thoughts too. It's not
Yeah.
like it's just the way it is. It's what being a well-rounded human being is having
Yeah, it's
feelings
true.
and points of views.
If there was anyone that was fully on one side, I would say that they're being stubborn,
Well,
a
they're the
little
bad
ignorant.
guys.
Yeah, to pick a side, either one. Or the
Radical
extremists, right?
being an extremist or a
Yeah.
radical is bad, guys. Like don't give that much of a shit
Yeah.
about anything
So
ever.
dropping the parties would be good. Um, yeah, and I guess that because I thought of adding way more parties. I thought,
But that's
I've
why
run
you
over
just
that.
get rid of
Then
them.
there's more and more separation.
Yeah, that's why you just
And
get rid of them, and it's just the people. It's like this person wants to
it's
run
the
for
part,
president.
yeah, and then the parties just become the individuals.
Because, like,
pushing
yeah,
back
you
and
can
forth.
still be a politician. You can still be in politics because we do need people that have minds like that to help work toward what is best for the overall group of human beings on the planet. Because that's
Yeah.
what they do. That's what they're supposed to do. Like, politicians are supposed to look out for us. They're supposed to look
Yeah.
out for people and do what's best for the people.
But there's no test of humanity. Like, how can you really know if someone's good or decent?
You can't.
Because the most evil people are really good liars, and they can present themselves better than someone with a good heart
Yep.
can,
Probably.
and just because they're trained to, they train themselves to.
So if
And the good person would never learn how to use it to manipulate people, so they wouldn't come off even as good as the evil person, right? Because they haven't practiced they're not worried about how they're being portrayed as much as someone who's evil, right?
Right. So someone who's truly egotistical isn't gonna they believe that just press. They believe in just press.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all just press. Either if it's good or if it's bad, it's all the same thing. It feeds the ego. Usually, like a lot of politicians are like that. There are some politicians who do want the best for the planet, and I think that a lot of them start out that way. But then people want to start thinking about what they give a shit about instead of thinking about what's best for people, and then only listening to one half of people. You know what I mean? Because like you have politicians on each side are only listening to one side of people. They're only projecting the voice of one half of a person.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I
everybody.
missed the main part in that, I think.
Well, no, we're talking about now that like. Oh, it was fucked up. The party system is the party system is fucked. You know what I mean? Just in the sense that it's really insane that people are willing to really rip into folks, individuals, and to human beings that just identify as something else.
Yeah.
Like because there are Republicans.
It's
that
irrational.
The Republicans hate the Dems, and the Dems are shitting on the Republicans, and it makes no sense. It's all just people.
Man.
And
People are
what
horrible.
you're talking about now just doesn't make any sense. And what we were talking about was getting rid of them and just voting for people. And because right now you'd have to take in all, like the entire expanse of people's issues, like, and that's the way it should be handled. It's not just like a Democratic politician listens to the Democratic ideas or what you would call the liberal ideas, you know.
So what do you
and
think
the
about
Republicans just listen to the conservative ideas. It's like this one's like fuck anybody you want anywhere you want, and this one's like just fuck your wife in your bed. You know what I mean? Like it's not like that.
Yeah, life isn't black or white.
No, it is not. There's grays. There's
And what do you-
grays areas.
So we do our presidency kind of like March Madness. We do a bracketing system of like everybody can try out. They'll be weeded out quickly.
I do think that you
are
have to have some
selected
sort of
for-
experience.
And then and it just whittles down to your two people.
Yeah.
And it just so we're bracketing. It seems like, again, to use basketball, it's like the smaller like schools that don't have as much money and get the best trades and like are screwed from the beginning.
Yeah.
So like pretty much every year, like you could guess within a couple who's going to be in the Final Four just because of the money that they have, the players that they have. It's just mathematically set up for them. The same thing would happen in politics, right? If like some random school that just didn't do well last year and didn't get some of the first and best trades, and like they are not going to make it past the first bracket. So it's not they're not on a level playing field there,
No, I
right?
can see that too. Okay, so
So
strike that.
well, how could we put them all on a level playing field?
Well, there's
Like,
got to be you've got to change the criteria.
yeah.
Like you can only be between the ages of blank and blank. There you go. You've cut that a lot.
Oh yeah, and like make
Instead of being just like you have to be over 35 years
yeah.
old. Like it's
And
like
I don't think that we should have the extremes. I don't think we should have homeless people or billionaires because they don't know how life works for most people.
right, but then how does a regular person know how to run a country?
Well, oh, see, what do you think?
But see, that's what we're supposed to be in the first place. We're supposed to be a democratic republic,
So you're saying,
which means we vote on everything. We're supposed to
Yeah.
vote on
But still,
absolutely
I wouldn't
everything that
want
happens, but there's
someone
too many people.
so detached, like a billionaire, so detached from how I live my life, they won't make decisions in my best interest. You know,
Right,
so I
but
would want
who is?
someone. I would want someone closer to my tax bracket a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just so they like a couple years ago, maybe they couldn't pay rent once, and they know what it feels like still.
Yeah.
Something like that, like just a more real person, so they could relate to the struggling people.
For sure, because there is a lot of that, and like I think it really gets pushed off by politicians and everyone in government. I think the fact that this country is extremely poverty stricken, there is an extreme amount of homelessness. There's an extreme uh, deficit in what the difference is between people with a minimum wage income and someone with a salary. It's very
Yeah.
different. Like the gap is incredible. It's fucking insane. Like, yeah, you may say that people have jobs, but it's like that
Not
doesn't mean
quality
that they're
jobs.
that doesn't mean that they're making enough money to survive.
Yeah.
Just because someone has a job, just because people are working does not mean that people are living, does not mean that people are living well. Like it is no
Get living or start dying.
well, I
What is
mean,
it?
like you got to think too, like how much more people feel themselves, like after not going into work for 2 weeks. Like you get into a new rhythm, like you have time for things now. You have
Yeah.
time for the things that you didn't think you had before, and so many people are just putting out feelings of gratitude and putting out like prayers of hope. Like people are really looking out for other people and also talking about their own self-care and talking about the things that they're doing and like trying to be
Just 'cause they have
inspiring
a little
in the
more
sense
time.
yeah, man, like people are doing the shit that means something to them and they're
Mhm.
actually putting that out into the world. And that's nice. It's nice that the world kind of gets to take a minute to like kind of regauge and like reset a little bit.
Yeah.
Because the world has
Reset
been resetting a
values.
little bit because we like our ozone layer is repairing itself right now.
Yeah. We pulled back from pollution. and
Hell yeah,
stuff.
dude, we are like not polluting as much at all right now.
Yeah.
I wonder what year it's equivalent to.
Like how many years we've taken off?
No. I wonder, like, comparatively, like, how much pollution right now would be giving as to
Oh.
what year in the past.
Oh yeah, it might be like the 80s, or it might even be before. I don't know.
Before the 80s?
I don't know.
That'd be interesting. But you got to think we probably cleaned up a bit of pollution since the 80s. The 80s were dirty.
Yeah, when I thought of 80s,
Yeah.
I thought of factories.
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
like,
well,
so.
but there wouldn't be as many. So I don't know.
Just true.
That would be interesting. But I think there's some good that's gonna come of this, but I just don't feel like I'm on the right side of history here. Like, I don't know.
Why would you not be on the right side of history?
Well, no, that was a bad term. I mean, I just don't think I'm gonna benefit from. I think this is gonna put me in the hole pretty bad. But
Find a way to make money from home. Take a few days
We were
off and
talking-
see how into social media you can get. Do some smart hashtags. Fucking put a song out and try
See,
to blow up.
Yeah, dude, I am about to put some music out, but it's been harder to work. Like everyone's, that's the first thing everyone says. Like, use this time for your creative,
Yeah.
juices to flow and shit. But like, I feel a lot of people feel like that too. Just the stress and anxiety is like made it even harder because it's like, I mean, it's a part of you that like once you kind of get snapped into a survival mode,
Yeah.
music it is therapeutic and very helpful, but
Mhm.
it's not a survival skill.
Right.
And so all of a sudden, whatever creative thing you're doing kind of feels futile just by considering
Because like
like
if it all goes down,
if it all goes down, it's like I'll still have the memory of writings and things like that,
yeah,
but like I won't have things to show for it really.
that's when no, it turns into gun-toting, combat boot
Yeah.
wearing,
And
getting
then what
shit.
is what does knowing how to play the guitar do you then? It gets you butt
Gives you
raped.
entertainment. Gives you entertainment at the end of the day.
Yeah. At the end, yeah. But you see what I'm saying? Like, it kind of the survival mode has been getting in the way of like creative process because you're like, this isn't necessary. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's been hard to snap out of that.
Well, I mean, even then, like maybe that's good. Maybe that's cathartic in itself.
To take a break
Yeah.
from it, I've still been working every day, but just not near as much. And it's been like watching shows and shit, just to like not think.
Well, no,
And
that's good
and
too. Like, how long has it been since you've let yourself do that?
yeah.
How long is
So
it
it
like?
is a
Because
break.
that's actually really good for you to like give your. Because like
You
I
get
I want
built
there
up
to
and
be
shit.
a day or two in this where I don't do shit.
Yeah.
Like, because my body and my brain need that shit. Your body and your brains need
Actual
nothing.
rest.
Like,
Yeah.
that's why people in fucking religions don't do shit on certain days. They're like, they don't even fucking, they don't
Shut
touch a
down.
phone. Like, they'll watch TV.
Yeah.
They'll watch TV all day just to rest. Like, they don't even make food. Like,
Can't drive an ox.
nope.
That's one of them.
No pulling an ox through a field, not today.
Not today.
That's your
Nope.
rest day, boy. You
Bathing.
earned that. Mwah.
Better
Kiss
not
on the
shower.
head. Dude, I watched this movie last night. Oh fuck, what was it called? It's God damn it. It had Tom Middleditch in it. Thomas Middleditch. And it had fucking Adam. Oh my god. Damn it, dude.
You think?
I get high with you and I can't remember anything.
I think in middle school they call him Tom Little Dick.
Probably. That's probably a really, really big
Easy.
source of pain for him.
Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, that would have been an easy go-to there.
Yeah, way to go. Okay, so I know Thomas Middleditch is in it, so we're gonna find the movie.
Or Little Bitch. They call him Tom Little Bitch.
It came out in
Tom Little
2014.
Bitch.
Search Party. It's called
I
Search
haven't
Party.
watched that yet, but I see it popping up.
Okay, it's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny. I know T.J. Miller's in it, and I don't know if we're still not. I think is he still canceled? Because I don't think that he really didn't. I don't know if he really did anything like too crazy. I feel like somebody said something, but that maybe that person wasn't really.
No, I felt
to
like it
be
was
believed.
bad.
You feel like it was bad?
I feel like I looked into that and it was bad. I think it was just like a really, really forceful. I just think he wouldn't take no for an answer.
Oh,
Like, I don't think he actually held down rape people, but I just remember there were a lot of, grabby, won't take no, shit like that. Because he was like, I work for fucking Disney.
Yeah.
I don't know.
that was actually a pretty good impression.
I did an impression. I didn't even think about it. I don't know. I'll have to look back into it, but I feel like I wasn't cool with the shit that he did. And I'm getting to the point where I'm not defending people. It's like, yeah, like I'll still listen to R. Kelly songs, but that dude's a piece of shit. Like, yeah, I'll laugh at some old Louis jokes, but I'm not giving him money anymore. It's like, I don't know. I'm kind of over standing up for people that do fucked up things. It's like, yeah, they may have a good body of work, and you can't take that away, but doesn't mean that they deserve your respect. What are you looking up? Looking up Little Bitch?
I was trying to look up why he got canceled.
Oh. Fuck somebody in a goofy mask. was a fucked up Patton Oswalt joke. Do you remember that joke? About someone fucking a daughter in a Garfield mask. I forget what they became a stripper. Or something.
What are you talking about?
It was a horrible joke.
You want to call it, I guess?
Yeah.
All right.
I think that was a good one.
Yeah, this was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We love you guys very much. Hit us up on the socials. Love, 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 love,
Yeah.
love.
See y'all.
Goodbye.